Yo, what up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Gomu Gomu No Talk podcast. We're on episode 42, baby.
Yep.
42. Um, I'm your host, Lyle. And we haven't done this in so long. I'm going to tell you what I was going to say after. And this is my co host, Austin. Say what's up, Austin.
What's up? What's up? Welcome back,
You, you,
lads.
you know, I was going to say, I'm your host, Austin. Say what up. I actually got it mixed up. And yeah, and it's been a few weeks, and if you guys don't
Yes.
know, if you guys are here for the first time, this is a podcast where we just talk all things One Piece. We do our chapter reviews, and our not so weekly podcast.
Yes.
But we making it through. Um, I got my Pepsi Max, or no, the Pepsi Zero, man. It's
Really?
just been saving me, man. I'm gonna crack that one open for the boys. Oh, you hear that? Did you hear that?
Barely.
Yeah. The zero sugar cherry saved my life. Um, so yeah, man. So episode 42, we have two chapters to go by. We have chapter 1183 and 1184, and I'd say it's pretty cool. The chapter's been pretty cool. We're gonna talk more into it when we get into today's episode. But let's just talk about what's been going on, man. Why has it been a
Yeah, it's
few
been
weeks since we
three
last recorded?
weeks. I just had to
Three
check. Well,
3 weeks.
actually, what was going on? I'm trying to remember. It's been a blur. I've been.
It's been Austin's birthday.
Oh, yeah. It was my birthday. I worked. I'm officially on shift work. I know I mentioned that last time, but and then Lyle, you're done. Did you finish your semester, or do you have a summer
I
one?
finished my I finished my semester, but I am in what I like to call working hell. I'm
Yeah.
working like a lot of hours, like like a lot.
Yeah, Lyle's
So
back on work, like basically full time. I know last week you were working. Did you work 6 days?
I worked 6 days 2 weeks ago, five last week,
Mm-hmm.
and five this week,
Yeah,
and that's like 12-hour shifts. So
yeah.
it was
And you
not
only
fun.
do day shifts, right?
Only 2 day shows,
Seven
yeah.
to seven, or
7 to 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., baby.
oh man, yeah. So Lyle's been working like crazy last 2 weeks, 12-hour shifts, 7 to 7. I'm still on my 12-hour schedules, but I'm also days and nights, so 5 to 5s. So our schedules just really didn't line up the last like 2 weeks, where it was either I was switching from days to nights or nights to days, and then or Lyle was just working or I was working. And also we also have an hour time zone difference between me and Lyle. So
But the crazy thing is we both had a day off today,
I know.
coincidentally.
Yeah. Well, I just finished my I just did nights the entire weekend. So then technically I'm supposed to go back this weekend for days, but I am going on vacation. So
Oh,
I know. We going to Austin, Texas, baby.
oh shit. Oh yeah. Is
Yeah.
it for Jason's show?
Yep. Gonna go
Yeah.
out, visit a friend. But I'm actually so excited. I haven't been. I don't remember the last time I went on vacation. It's been a while. Probably more than a year and a half ago.
Yeah, dude. Speaking of vacation, my fucking parents just got back from the Philippines. I wish I had went, but
Really?
yeah, this is fucking. I wish I went, dude. Oh, to be away from here. Oh hell
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
hell yeah. So, but
Oh.
let's get into the meat and potatoes of this fucking thing. So we got two
Mm,
chapters to go through.
yep.
Um, 1183. Let's go by 1183 first. But
Mm,
first, instead of the regular cover art, we got a double spread. Um, we got a cool little summer. What did you say? Like a summer theme? Like yeah, there's like a summer theme like spread of the Straw Hat Crew.
yeah.
I
I would say so.
I think taking actually a good look at it now,
Hmm.
I like I think Frankie's suit is a little goofy, but other than that, it's pretty. And nothing. This thing's not crazy. I don't. I'm like trying to see if there's any Easter eggs we can see, right? But I don't really see anything else.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. I don't really see anything besides the fact that Luffy's jacket just says, what does it say? Actually, I thought it
Niku?
said Nika, but it says Niku.
Niku, it says Niku.
Yeah, but I mean, it's kind of elephant themed. We see pink elephants at the bottom. Robin's wearing a long sleeve that has an elephant on it, but it's like a nice little summer themed cover art, I would say. Oh, and it just
So,
says make a splash. But
I didn't even realize it said that. I think I looked at it and I just completely couldn't focus on what I like the shit that's going on.
mhm,
Um, so yeah, there's that. So let's actually go into chapter 1183. The chapter's titled "Good Morn Maid," and we're just basically returning from just fighting, right? We
mhm.
in the last chapter we saw Zaza get fucking summoned
Yes.
through the dream through that nightmare fruit, and
Mhm.
we also saw and we also get a continuation of Emu versus what's his face? For some Emu versus I don't know why I'm blanking on his name right now. Fucking Loki.
Oh,
I
I thought you were talking about the
don't
squirrel,
know
but yeah,
why.
yeah, Loki.
Loki right now, yeah.
Mhm,
But yeah, no, this is yeah, it's just like now we're just seeing some fucking conflict, man. Like, like people just going crazy. Um, maybe not even much. It's actually really cool to see like Emu fight,
mhm.
right?
Oh
All the
yeah.
cool shit, all the cool shit he's doing. Like, I can't wait to see like what this looks like visually in the anime.
Oh.
But like the Blade of Wrathcam, like that
Mhm.
that fucking page is sick.
No, yeah, it's
Um,
actually super cool to see how he like uses his weapon, and that the fact that his weapon does change. So like, a there should be like a ton of forms that we're gonna see, but this encounter again was again. I feel like every time Emu is in the picture, like we get some like slight lore drops about the Void Century, and that's kind of how this chapter started, especially with him talking about uh like Ragnar and the squirrel, where
yeah.
he mentions that what is it? Basically, how if he can't control them, that he's gonna eliminate Loki and Luffy, and he mentions a man. He says just like Dozan, which I don't think it's confirmed, but I think it's heavily speculated that that was like the previous warrior of Elbaf um who wielded Ragnar. I think that's like a big hint. But as of like right now, I don't think there's any more information about that. But he did mention this name. I feel like every time Emu mentions like names that we've never heard, it's just like slight hints as to like people or like what happened during the Void
Right.
Century.
Ibu has been just chilling like in his little room since the Void Century, right? So,
Mhm.
um, or at least that's what we think. And it's I now the fact that like those odds we mentioned, I know for sure we're gonna get a fucking we're gonna get a flashback soon about
Yeah.
who the fuck this motherfucker is. But it'll be cool. Like actually, like it'll be cool to see what the how the previous owner of the Ragnar fruit, um, of the uh previous owners of the fruit attack like battled with and all that stuff. But yeah, right after that, like it goes into like Zaza to going against the rest of like the giant pirates as well.
Mhm.
I just think it's so funny saying Zaza.
Dude,
Like
I
it's
know.
just
I
like
was just saying when you said it, I just had to like laugh to myself like really
giggle.
quickly because it's just so weird saying that. Yeah, like they're fighting Zaza right now. Oh, it's like
Yeah,
I think it's like literally yeah, all the parents pretty much of the children. We see Zaza has dude, I just can't get over his name. Zaza has, taken I think it's like seven of the children. Um the giant pirates are trying to fight this thing. I mean, good luck, you know. I mean,
but
good
like
luck to them.
I think I do think it's really cool. We're getting to see that like all these other like forms like gods that we um in action, right?
Mhm.
Because I don't like people like the biggest speculation of what dragon's fruit has always been like it's some sort of weather style fruit, and like a lot of
Yes.
people are saying this is his fruit. It's
Mm.
definitely like the rain god, especially like what we've seen of dragon. Yeah, I think it'd be very funny if like it had nothing to do with rain at all. It just like so happened to be raining.
Yeah.
But no, this is
Mm.
how the fuck are we gonna get out of this kind of situation? But right after that, right, like it goes into what the meat and potatoes of like the next few chapters, the next chapter in 1184 of the Brook flashback, right? We see
Yeah.
Um, Usopp and what's it called, Brooke just talking about, and I think that's Jubei too, like just like
Mm.
who the fuck those people were,
Yeah.
who the hell that woman is, and how, like how she saved them and all that stuff, and how
Mhm.
like they mentioned that like she has like three different personalities and stuff,
Mhm.
and he's getting all these, like flashbacks. So I'm just like, who, like, why would she do that?
Yeah.
And we're like, nah, and I think that's cool thing. It's an interesting thing he mentioned too is like seeing that everyone is like turning into demons. You know, the realm of possibilities of what could have actually possibly happened to this woman is kind of just like making sense of like that's not really her, but like you see like three different you know, personalities of her.
Personalities.
She's
Yep.
definitely being controlled, right?
Mhm.
And and then now and then goes segue into that because I didn't like I know this was a big like plot point from the
Yeah.
beginning when like these people showed up, and I think it's we forget that this was even like I mean at least I forgot like that this was even like a thing that needed to be mentioned now too
Oh no,
of who
especially
the hell.
after the last few chapters of just straight action between Imu, like I don't think anybody had it on their radar. The Brook flashback or the
Yeah,
Brook
the,
backstory.
the the next flashback.
Yeah, which is crazy because I don't even know how many flashbacks we've gotten from Elbath. Like, it just seems like we're in flashbackception, where it's just like as
So
soon as we
yes,
get out of one, we just jump right into the next.
we're straight into the Brooks flashback, which I can already tell is gonna be some sad ass shit.
Dude, yeah.
Like off rip, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because everyone it is the flashback starts off with everybody having a good ass time. Look at the way I mean, look at the way Brooke is just jumping around like what I'm saying, like
Mm-hmm.
no thought in the world.
Yeah. Well, we
And
find
they
that he's from a country named Asperia, which no longer
Spear.
exists. So you already know it's about to be sad. And like just like what Lau said, as soon as it starts, you see this. I guess the town or the country of Asperia. It's like a very music as well as like cultured city. Everyone's super happy. Everyone's, I mean, Brooke is just singing around. It looks really bright. Like I actually like this one panel or this one page where you just see Brooke. It looks like he's just jumping over the country, kind of, kind of like
And then
almost
Nika,
like hitting the
Nika
Nika pose,
he's in a
like
Nika pose.
yeah, and we see that it kind of starts off with Brooke, who is he's at the age of 20 and he's the leader of the Raider squad, which is kind of like the battle convoy for the country. And with him is the Princess Shuri. She's 7 years old. She's just a little kid, and they seem to have a really close relationship, almost like a similar to like a father and daughter, but more of like a guardian. He seems to be like
Yeah.
almost like her personal guardian, and we also see from the dialogue that he's the one who's training her. Um,
Mhm.
and it goes back where I mean, Brooke being Brooke, he's in love with the queen, and we find out the king of Esperia. His name is Reuven, I think. Um, how would you describe his look? Because when I first saw him, I just immediately thought of Blackbeard. I don't know about you, but he gives
I
off
see
like
him
he has the
like,
body
real
build of
clear.
Blackbeard.
When I see him, I don't even think. Now that you mention it, the first thought I had in my head is this guy looks like he's an Italian American man.
Actually, he's
Like
wearing the white beater.
Straight out of the Sopranos.
Yeah. I mean, he has the build of Blackbeard where like super skinny legs, super wide rectangular body, black hair, and he kind of has like the facial, like the nose.
You get the
And
nose and the protruding chest hair.
yes, yeah, he actually looks. This guy has the build of like an Italian guy from North Jersey or New York in the early 70s.
Real stand up dude. Real stand up dude. Probably
Mhm.
does a bit of construction of some sorts.
Yeah.
And waste management.
Mhm. Yeah.
Waste management.
Yeah.
Um, nah,
So
man.
yeah, I guess right after this we see, you know, like it's kind of. I mean, the dialogue in these two chapters is kind of interesting. Well, obviously Brooke is in love with the queen. She like we get to see her later in this chapter, but it seems like everyone's in love with her. But right off the bat, we see that the town of Asperia's um there's a gang on horseback riding through the port, and they are posted up outside of what is it, the opera house, and
Hmm.
these are, I think I forgot his name, Don's men. I think his name was Don Marlin, right? The
Hmm.
was it also the mafia guy that we saw that was in ended up being in Blackbeard's crew later on, and they're basically here to kidnap the queen. It's kind of reminds me of what was it? Was it Gloriosa? Where like
Glorious.
yeah, the queen of what's it called? The Amazon lily people, and how they're like
Oh
fighting
yeah.
over. Oh no, no, not Gloriosa.
Come on,
Shaki or
Ashaki.
whatever. Yeah, Shaki. It's very much like a
Shaq.
Shaki situation where they're basically here to kidnap her, and they want. I mean, they basically announced like you will be the the wife of Don Marlin. And I'm trying to see what else was there. That was like pretty much it, right, for this chapter? And then the big
I mean,
reveal, and I mean, damn, bro, the Queen of Vesperia, uh,
Candel.
Candel. Is that how you would say it?
Candel. Dude. It's actually like it's I think it's very fun, like funny seeing like young Brooke,
Mm-hmm.
say out here.
Bro, yeah.
Just and then like everyone's like it's like the same thing where like everyone's simping over um Kendall, and we this kind of just like a nice little intro to what we're about to see of whatever like this flashback has in store of how we're gonna what's it called how we're like what we're gonna find out about this flashback. Um I do think like I don't know if you remember like in Thriller Bark, Brooke had mentioned that in he was a royal guard
Mm.
in like years, like that's what he said, like that he served as a royal, like the exact quote was long ago I was the leader of a battle convoy in a Syrian kingdom. And after that, that's when joined the Pirates, and that's what we saw in the Thriller Bark backstory with Laboon.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember like I do think it's like cool to see now, like, okay, there was more to than just Rumble Pirates, right? And
Yeah.
like now this part has a big significance of maybe what's gonna happen in the story because
Mm-hmm.
seeing how Shuri joins ends up going to Marijois and becoming basically fucking Ibu's like little like pet. Like we'll see how that even works. That sounded so
Yeah.
bad, but
Yeah. I
what I mean.
know. I
Get
got
your
you. I got you.
good. But yeah.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
But yeah, that's pretty much the chapter, and I guess some like additional information that I kind of need to like refresh on when I started this chapter. So, Brooke, Brooke in this flashback is age 20. Currently, after the time skip, Brooke is 90 years old. And I think he first died when he was 38. So this is takes place 70 years from where we are right now. So that's just to kind of give you like a frame of reference, because that I was also trying to figure out the timeline, especially since they did mention like Don Marlin and everything, like exactly when this was. So this takes place 70 years from the current day. But
Yeah.
so I think we can just transition right into the next chapter. And the next chapter we have um chapter 1184 titled "We're All Bones When We Die." And the cover art, or I mean the reader request, is Brooke getting electrocuted by electric jellyfish while swimming in the sea. um I actually really like this cover art because you can see, I don't it looks, I can't tell if he's on like a raft or something, or like some sort of makeshift boat, but he's getting electrocuted by a ton of jellyfish, and the jellyfish, their eyes is pretty much the same eyes that we've seen from Emu when we saw Emu's silhouette, where it has like the kind of like the inner lines or like the circles in it.
Renegade eyes.
Yeah, the Rinnegan eyes, and he's just
Yeah.
getting electrocuted. It's a fun little cover art, but yeah. So the chapter
We
starts off, and it's kind of like
get
a
like a
little
little
time skip.
7 years, 7 year time skip.
Mm,
7 year time skip where you see Shuri is now age 14. Um she's hey man, all she's starting to get stronger, like she mentions here too. And she talks about how I think it's like cool to see, like very funny to see, like, oh, she doesn't like weak men or men who can't play music, right, Brooke?
yeah.
And now she's gotten a lot stronger and got a little pervy, as Brooke would say, or some Brooke would say is undignified. Right after that, he'll like start sipping over some other chicks over there.
Yeah.
And then is this the earliest recorded thing of him asking for panties?
Yeah.
This this goes back.
So we could tell like Brooke has always had that dog in him. This wasn't something he
No,
picked
man,
up
Brooke is always-
later on in life. He's
yeah.
always had that dog in him, and it seems like he's been teaching Shuri that as well, as part of her training. But yeah, so she's also, I mean, she mentioned in the last chapter and this chapter, but she mentioned that like, oh, like, you know, obviously Brooke can't end up with the queen because her father, the king, is still alive, but she'll marry Brooke instead. In which he's just like, that's that no, like he ain't about that. He said, I think he
Mhm,
mentions that he's loyal, you know, in the last
mhm.
chapter. And meanwhile, he's also perving around. But it's actually kind of nice because we can see Brooke has always pretty much been the same. Like even in these like chapters, like he's always singing, and a lot of singing in the last chapter, and even more in this one. But we get within this flashback another
Another flash.
flashback. So it goes back to Brooke, who's age 11, and this flashback comes when he's talking to Shuri, and they mention how like basically Brooke's relationship with the king. And we saw, I don't even know how many chapters ago it was. I think it was when he first saw Gunko, and he was just like, and he mentioned that like she took the life of the man he owes his life to. And he mentions that again. He's just like, I owe everything to the man who is basically your father. And Brooke, from an early age 11, bro, this guy was, the first thing we see is basically him just peeking in through, I think it's like a school specifically for like musicians. And Brooke is pretty, he's pretty, I don't know how to describe it. Like his glasses are all beat up, he's all dirty. He seems like very poor but very lively. I think that's a good way to describe it. You can tell like he just wants to be able to go to school and learn music, but he's obviously not in that kind of situation. And he kind of runs into this man, pretty much.
This Brooke is not in the situation you said. This man is playing goddamn violin with a glass bottle and
Yeah.
some wire. If this man is in no type of situation to be doing this. But he's out here singing though. Like it's like he's out there spinning bars, you know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
and we see this is what we see we later know as Reuven, ends up, that's how he meets him, and he's just like, he looks a lot like it, like Brooke straight up cooks him right away. He's like,
Yeah.
dude, like you're a lot, well, you look a lot older than you actually are. Like, because
Mhm.
when I saw this, I'm like, there's no way this guy's actually 21. Like, I know we're talking about One Piece, like character movie standards, but
Yeah.
this guy looked like he's been cortisol maxing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Dude,
he's been like
actually,
he's been,
he looks like he's seen some shit, and it's actually, I don't know why the first panel we see of him, he's more like he looks a little bit more rugged at first, but he kind of again he just reminds you of Blackbeard or even like Rocks, like where he has that look of like ruggedness, and it just seems like he just needed to get away from things, and he ends up just hanging out with Brooke.
just kicking it with the boys, kicking it with the
Yeah,
boys, man.
enjoying each other's company, in which I think Brooke's very happy with that, and he cooks him a meal. What he cooks, I mean, he mentions that there's grasshoppers, frogs in this pot, and
Fresh, fresh.
fresh, yeah, and a bit of curry for taste, and obviously the king, Reuben, is it? Reuben is obviously going to eat it, but he has a flashback to, I guess, what his regular meals are. Very, very extravagant meals, tiny plate, a lot of plates, tiny food on these plates. He tries it,
Mhm.
and obviously this is just absolutely atrocious. But he gets it down, and they kind of build this relationship. I was gonna say like not so much as like a father and son, but more of just like actually just friends. We
This
see
is
them
like
fishing together, drinking together, eating together. I think just having a
he's
good
tired.
time.
He's tired of like the like the bullshit that you had to go through being like royalty, right? Like
Hmm.
we see along with like the shitty food that he's, well, it's not shitty food, but like aside from the small portion that he's getting, you also see that like someone is also like trying to offer up like someone's daughter, right?
Hmm.
Maybe like for some sort of arranged marriage. So like all we know like this guy's like tired of like he just wants some real connection, and that's what he sees in Brooke.
Mm.
And seeing that shit like we go through of them hanging out. It reminds me of like like Sabo like back in
Oh
the
yeah,
I say back Sabo was just like he didn't want that same thing. He just wanted to be a fucking hoodlum.
yeah.
And this is the same thing Ruben's doing. He just wanted to escape from it, do some stupid shit,
Hmm.
smoke some goddamn cigarettes and drink some goddamn liquor with the boys and
Yep.
go garbage fishing.
Yeah, but
That's literally what I see. It's just
yeah.
smoke smoke some, smoke some cigarettes, and go garbage and drink some liquor. But, but and then in classic fashion, similar to how Ace got fucked up, or is it Luffy gets fucked up before?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, our boy Brook, he gets captured. They're
Yep.
mistaking him for some, for some merchant was ship with instruments. He ends up getting captured by it looks like what to be some Marines,
Yeah.
trying to find like some curry powder, I guess.
Hmm.
And Brooke, while he does while like what he does best is that he just sings super loud, hoping
Yeah.
somebody will. And then goddamn Reuben comes out. Like is the cool the Kool-Aid man just jumps in
Hmm.
all pissed, and you know, he takes care of them, and so we hold too. We see someone else also come in as well. In the
Hmm.
next page, if you go to see Candell. That's how you say it, right? It's Candell,
Kendall.
right?
Yeah, I would say Kendall. Yeah, Kendall and
And then,
Ruben
like,
pull up and save Brooke like the Kool-Aid man. And this kind of reveal where like I mean, again, Brooke has known this guy. I don't know how long, but obviously he doesn't know that this guy is. I mean, the status
well,
of his guy of him. Um, I don't think he's actually like the king yet, but I think he's. Is he the prince right now, or I'm actually not too sure entirely, like where Ruben is at this point in the story. But again, Brooke kind of finds out that this guy's the shit. In this review, it kind of reminds me of what was it? Like Lord of the Seven Kingdoms. The when
And
when
when we find
Duncan
out
finds
that
out Egg is actually like the prince.
is he actually King Aegon? Yeah.
Yeah, where he saves him because, and he's just like, wait a minute, what? Brooke has basically the same exact like there's the same exact reveal. He's just like, wait a minute, like I thought you were just some old ass man, who just wanted to smoke
Oh,
cigarettes and go garbage fishing. But he
it
comes
says it
and
right there
saves the
too.
day.
He's a
Mhm.
prince at this point.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
We
I
see.
thought I remembered reading somewhere that he was the prince. So yeah, he's the
Mhm.
prince of Asperia. Um, and they come in, save the day, save Brooke, who has been. I mean, the Marines thought that he was, I guess, a pack mule, pretty much. But apparently, they got the wrong guy. Brooke was just trying to steal curry powder from the Marines, as he mentioned before. Um, and so right now, after this, they kind of take him under. They kind of now they kind of take him in as like almost their child. We see the prince and I guess what's soon to be the princess. Um, they set him up in the castle, and even Ruben's just like, you know what, put his ass in school, start the training. He's just like, I really like this guy. He's gonna live in the palace. It's gonna be a good time.
He's a well dude. This guy's a cool dude.
Hmm. He's just like, you know what, you all right? Let's take him in.
And this is when also we see this is when Brooke starts gooning for Kendall, man.
Hmm.
You see in this the last page where um I guess Kendall gets a little boop in the nose, and then you see I see the nosebleed coming out. He starts to pass out and shit. But it's like really, it's cool. It's awesome, man. Like this is how we see like how like why he adores Ruben so much, right? And I can't wait to see how these guys die because these
Hmm.
guys are very good dudes, and this kingdom is no more. So I'm actually really interested to see how this all four goes. But this is gonna kind of fucked up, man. Like, 'cause these are I like these people,
Hmm.
Kendall and Ruben, and knowing that they're not gonna be around,
I
or there's
know.
gonna be they're probably gonna die the most fucked up way possible.
Yeah, well, I
It's gonna
mean,
be
we already know how supposedly the king goes out. Brooke mentioned it the first time he met Gunko, was just like, apparently Shuri, later on will slay the king. As far as
uh,
what we know, again, maybe something happens, maybe she gets put under control. We're not too sure, but as far as we know, the ending of this story will be Shuri killing the king, and that's where Brooke, I guess, his vendetta against Gunko or Shuri begins. But solid 2 chapters for Brooke's official backstory, I guess, to say, which is kind of crazy to think that we're getting the Brooke flashback or Brooke backstory so long after we've been introduced to Brooke. I don't even know what chapter Brooke came in, but yeah, it's been a long way since Thriller Bark. But
dude, I can't believe we get a second Brooke flashback before we get a Zoro flashback.
dude,
A
I
second
know.
flash.
I'm gonna be honest. I was not expecting a Brooke flashback in Elbaf. you know,
No, nobody was.
I don't think anybody
This is
was.
what people say is Usopp's arc.
Dude, I know, and it's like everyone. I know we meme about it, saying like this is Usopp's arc. I think out of all the characters in Elbaf, the least we've seen is probably Usopp. Like,
I mean, like, let's be fucking for real. The last time we saw Usopp was probably Dressrosa.
bro,
I
but
think that
I'm
might have
still
been the
holding
last.
on to my Usopp stocks. I think something will happen
That shit
eventually,
is going.
but right now the
That shit
stocks
is.
are plummeting.
Yeah, the stocks are.
But
But no, but like, hey, let's go into ratings, right? Like,
yeah,
you want to go first, or I'll go first. I think
yeah, you go first, but let's just rate them together because I feel like I kind of like to. I would bundle them up together. I mean, I had them rated pretty much the same,
I
but
think I'd
mhm.
say this is like a cool 7
Okay.
because there ain't. I mean, like, because the thing is like I'm excited to see how it goes, right?
Hmm.
But I guess my excitement isn't really that high because I'm not saying I'm disinterested in this, right? But like, listen, we compare about the beginning of like the other flashback in the story.
Hmm.
It's like it's a lot to like to compare, and maybe it's unlucky because of it came so it's coming in such like a really good part of the story, right?
Yeah.
And we're kind of like to it, it's kind of killing it for me a little bit.
Hmm.
But I'm still, you know, excited to see what's gonna happen next. So that's kind of just why I rated it at 7. So what about you?
I have the same reasoning. I gave it a 6. Again, I think where we left off in the story, I was not expecting a Brook flashback, so it kind of caught me by surprise. I am excited to see the Brook flashback, especially since it does have to deal with Gunko, which I think will be a very important character in the story, as well as seeing like Brooks' relationship with Gunko and with like I guess his beef with the celestial dragons. You know, this is pretty much I think what will be the start of it. But as like a introduction to his backstory, I just gave it a cool 6. But
Knowing Oda though,
mhm.
this might actually cook like crazy,
Oh no,
you know.
I for
So
sure think that this will cook. But I don't know. It's got like when you think about the other backstories that we've seen in Elbath, I mean the bar is set pretty high. You gotta think we got we basically got Loki, kind of Loki flashback, Harold flashback, Rox Zebek flashback. So
mhm.
he's got a lot to the bar is pretty high. So we'll see how Oda cooks this one up. But with how it's starting off, I think it's gonna get up there. I don't know if it'll top those, but it's definitely gonna be a pretty good one.
Do you okay? So do you have any like theories
Mm-hmm.
of uh, what's going on? Like, what do you think is gonna happen?
Ooh, okay. So multiple things. Well, one thing, but there's multiple things as to why. So we already know Gunko eventually goes to Marijois and becomes, you know, gets like controlled under Emu eventually. We know that Gunko supposedly kills the king, so I am predicting that whether it's Emu or the Navy, they're eventually gonna pull up and take over Asperia. And we also saw last chapter when even when um as Brooke was going into his flashback, he's like, "Oh, the country of Asperia no longer exists." So I'm also thinking like maybe Emu pulls the same thing that happened with I forgot the name of the country, Luthalissania or whatever, the one that got destroyed by that huge beam. I'm thinking something similar might happen.
I So I was like reading through like I was scrolling through the comments like, before
Hmm.
we started this, and someone like put up a good like, oh, like there's like certain things that like, and I kind of want to like pick your brain on these.
Hmm.
Um, so review Brooke looks all like you mentioned this too. Brooke looks a lot like baby Brooke looks a lot, or young Brooke looks like a lot like Teach
He
when he
does.
was like. So it's like so people were saying this is probably like another Davy like descendant, and that
Hmm.
when like Imu finds us out, he just goes like, "We got to go there," right?
Yeah.
That's like one of them, and then um, another one, what's it called? Someone was mentioned is like because we know that what's it called? Gonko has blue hair, right?
Hmm.
And her mom is Kendall. And that like there's maybe like a thing Emu has an obsession with blue hair royalty because of
Hmm.
like his obsession with what's her face? Lily. Uh which might go back to like maybe they're a descendant of
Hmm.
like of that bloodline, right? And Emu just like wants to like I don't know get rid of them or just like
Yeah.
has like just we know like Emu has like some sort of like history between those between her, right? So like those two things might have been like a might coincide with one another of what happened to like why Shuri like the Shuri incident happened where the downfall of this kingdom ended up just happening and then like this kingdom becomes no more and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. No, that's an interesting thing. I actually, it's so weird because I know in the anime, like they revealed Gunko very recently, and she does have blue hair, but like I don't know why in my head, maybe because I saw like people they were like coloring in the mangas. I always thought she had like peach colored hair or like pink colored hair, but no, yeah, you are right. She does have blue hair, and then she also has different colored eyes, so like one being like reddish and the other one being blue. But that's a good point that you brought up. I never even really thought about that. But yeah, I'm trying to see like why the interest in this country or Emu's interest in these people are. And I mean you mentioned it is like maybe Brooke is a Davy D like descendant. I'm not too sure. I mean, besides the fact that he has a fro and he looks, I mean, the fro's like facial feature wise, he doesn't really look at like them. If anything, I think Ruben might look more like Ruben might actually be a descendant of the Davy D clan, since he has more of like an appearance of Rocks or Blackbeard. But that's an interesting idea that you brought up.
I mean, it could be.
Mm-hmm.
Like I mean, those are like two like possible like those are two reasons that completely make sense of to like why Emu might have attacked or like something might have happened that caused the downfall of this kingdom is either for one this kingdom being a Davy Bastion where there's like some sort of branch or descendant that lives there or two like the blue haired royalty right
Uh-huh.
that could be like Lily and Emu just being a fucking petty bastard and just being just on being on some bullshit.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah,
But no. One thing I wanted to bring up is, bro, Oda's art style for women, bro. It's crazy because like Shuri at age 14 looks just like Nami, and even Kendall like kind of looks like an older version of Nami, like hair wise, facial features wise, bro. It's like, dude, I think this guy might be simping for Nami.
I mean his wife is not his wife is literally a non.
Nami cosplayer, yeah. But that was
I mean,
something I
okay,
thought about when I was reading
I'll
these.
say this right is like people like I think so. People shit on how Oda like makes all of his female characters look the same.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more like that in the anime. Like in the anime, but like even then, like in Dressrosa, there was points where I couldn't tell if it was Viola or Robin talking,
Mm-hmm.
and that might have been because I was speed reading it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I had to like double check. I was like, "Who the fuck is this?" Real quick.
Yeah.
So, but I feel like well, Shuri is like there's a lot the fact that her eyes are fucking different, right? Like there's the big thing we can see there, but I feel like Kendall, like Oda did a really good job with making Kendall look like a more like unique female One Piece character that so happens to look like an older version of Nami.
Yeah.
Mention it.
No, yeah. Or like even the flashback of like when the Ruben was like when somebody was like offering their daughter, you know. Like I was just like, damn,
Yeah.
that person
Oh, so
looks
that one
just
for
like
sure.
Navi. That one looks
That one
actually
for
just like
sure
Navi.
looks like Nami. No, I'll give you that one. That one
Okay.
like for sure. Nami.
No, yeah. It seems like he has a style. But this chapter 1184 was actually a bit shorter than 1183.
It's only
Well,
13 pages.
yeah, as opposed to the other one, which I think was like 18 or 19 pages, but a nice little two chapter introduction to Brooks flashback. But like other than that, like I don't really think there's like too much to talk about. Like it
Yeah.
didn't really
I
like
mean, we
introduce
could go
anything
on
new.
and on about theories,
Hmm.
right? But like I feel like the information we have, there's really not much,
Hmm.
and also like I feel like the big ones we already talked about. We kind of just we
Yeah.
already spoke about, but we're
Hmm.
kind of just gonna be waiting on when the next chapter
Yes.
drops,
And
which
talking
I think
about
is this
that, do you
week.
know when the next one is? It this week? Oh, should be this
Yeah,
week,
it should be
right? Hmm.
this week because there was no mention of a break, so
Okay. Nice. So I
it'll be
think
more.
that's yeah.
I'm actually off this Friday, so if the thing drops on Friday, I say we just do a Friday episode.
Ooh, I'm down.
Oh yeah,
I will be free this Friday. So wait. Oh, this Friday?
yes,
Oh
sir.
damn. Okay, never mind. For some reason I thought it was next week. I'm going on vacation this Friday. I'm actually leaving on Thursday.
Okay,
But when I come back,
back to. I'll see y'all in 3 weeks.
yeah. I was gonna say, wait, when do I? No, yeah, but
I'll see y'all in 3 weeks, baby.
possibly next week, depending on how our schedules. I'm way more free next week. My work schedule. I'm not doing 12-hour shifts for next week.
I'm only working 4 next week, so maybe.
Okay, yeah. So we'll figure out time and hopefully release it in like a week or so. But I
Yeah,
think that's pretty much it from us, right?
that's pretty much it.
Yep.
Um, hey man, if y'all made it this far, make sure you give a like, subscribe, and comment on the video. Um, big shout out to anyone who's listening along and been listening to this the Gomu Gomu No Talk podcast. Did you want to say anything before we sign out?
Let me see. I guess just we'll see you in a week or 2 weeks
Or three?
or three.
Peace out. Let's get over that three. Later, fellas.